Hi. Okay, y'all can hear me now, right? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? I was just sitting there talking away. I was talking away. Did you? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay, okay, you guys can hear me now. Good, good. And I don't care about the people that was just in the last show. So in the chat with complete attitudes, like, is he serious? I mean, girl, girl, you tried it. Like, girl, I forgot my mic wasn't plugged up. Oh my goodness, y'all didn't even have to put so much on. Hold up, y'all, y'all was putting a lot on that. I was like, wait a minute, don't get cussed out. Don't get cussed out. Don't get cussed out though. Now I was just hopping on live. I wasn't even planning on coming on live, so y'all is welcome. I don't have to be here. My goodness. I don't have to be here. Nah, and that's why I'm not on camera today. Nah, very lazy day. Just came from the gym. Yes. So I'm laying down. I'm laying down. I'm in my actual house. Not at the stew. So I'm just relaxing. Just maxing and relaxing. So y'all see that this beige girl, look y'all. Look. This beige girl, Danileigh. Hey everybody in the chat. Hey everybody. I love y'all. I'm gonna get into the chat. Danileigh charged with simple assault after the baby called the cops on him. Let's get into this article. Um, y'all see that I titled it, that she was charged with assault. That was a new development as of last night. And I also titled it Danileigh thinks that black women does, Danileigh, pretty much, well, Danileigh thinks black girls are jealous of her. It's just like, girl, like Eric Gardle. Now all of a sudden that you going through, like, okay. So she charged with assault, if y'all didn't know. It says, according to police report obtained by XXL on Tuesday, November 16th, authorities arrived at the baby's home at 11:59 p.m. Demon hours on Sunday evening, November 14th, in response to a call that the rapper had been assaulted by Danileigh. The report notes that the baby chose not to prosecute the singer, hmm whose weapons are listed as personal weapons. Her hands, Lord, her hands, her feet, teeth, etc. Personal weapons, weapons that she brought with her. hmm That girl's over there biting on that man, punching on that man, kicking on that man. Yes. And she was over there doing all of that. She was over there doing all of that. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? She was over there doing all of that. She was over there, girl. She was over there punching on that man, kicking on that man, allegedly, biting on him. That's how you put spells on people. Shout out to Susan. Oh, thank you, girl. Thank you, sweetie. I'm glad I'm here too, girl. Did you see them in the comments in the last show, girl? They was putting a lot on it. So, but oh my goodness, thank you, sweetie. It's a sweet of you. Ooh, y'all is deep in this chat. Look at y'all. My God, I love y'all. True Sue, Mac, love the show. Thank you, me too. I really do like the show. Thank you so much. That was so sweet. Oh, thank you. Simply J said he was tired of taking care of her. She was lazy. Big dot, big dot, but he kept going up and there skeeting in her. But he kept going in there skeeting in her. Oh my goodness. So oh my God, I love you too. And this, oh my God. So Caitlin said, oh, please have some sympathy for Danileigh. We're gonna get into that, Caitlin. Stick around. Stick around, girl. Privilege requesting privilege. Ain't that something? So privilege is requesting us have privilege for, sympathy for privilege. Is that what we're doing here? Okay, so privilege is saying have some sympathy for privilege. Okay, so we're gonna get into that, Caitlin, girl. You stick around, or stick around, girl. Oh, ski, yes, good. So, no, I'm just saying we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. Um, So allegedly, Danileigh was over there kicking and biting and stumping and kicking and biting and stumping on that little boy, the baby, over there. Now y'all know he yay high. Y'all know he basically a little person. And she was over there beige fighting him. Yes, Lord. So she was over there very beige, hitting on that man, while being Puerto Rico, and or that Puerto Rico was over there or being Puerto Rico. So because y'all know them Latinas can be spicy, el caliente. You know they can be spicy. Okay, they can be real Tabasco. So yeah. So she over there kicking, biting, literally kicking and screaming, to stay there. So yeah. So let's get into this. So, okay, I see a lot of people stating that, black women especially do not have sympathy or empathy for Danny Lazy, because she made the Yellowbone song, right? I really don't feel that way. I really don't feel like black women are like non sympathetic and empathetic to her because they just don't like her. I don't like her. It doesn't have anything to do with that song. I just don't like her. I, oops. I just don't like her. Yeah, I said it. I just don't like her. I mean, it is what it is. It doesn't have anything to do with that song. Shout out to my boo, Mr. Gardner. Love you, sweetie. Oh my god, I love you too. Oh my god, thank you, sweetie. Um, so I don't feel that it's that like, oh, well, she made that song so black women are they don't care all because she made that song. No, I don't think black women cared before she made the song. She could have not made that song, and I think black women would still feel how they feel. Because as a black man, I mean, I would still feel the same way. Like I said, or it's not our fault that she's over there going through what she's going through. Everybody trying to put it on the baby, like, oh, he shouldn't be like that. He shouldn't, he shouldn't have treated her like that. He shouldn't have embarrassed that girl like that. Blah blah blah. So, and I'm here to say I do not agree with his treatment. Okay, that's not black men. That's a black boy. So that's how he chose to deal with the situation. As a black man, I would never deal with her in that type of tone. I wouldn't deal with any woman in that type of tolerance, no, or tone, no matter what color they are, no matter what race they are, what tone they are. I don't treat women like that. So I'm that he is not a representation for me. Like, I've never treated a woman that way. I'm saying, gay aside, I've dated plenty of women, and none of them will tell you that I ever treated them like that. Yeah, I got into arguments and stuff, but it was never to the point to where I'm literally embarrassing them in that nature. So it's not my fault that Danny wants to be with a little boy. And it's also not my fault that, because Danny is the type of female, the type of delusion, I'm just going to say it, the type of delusional bitch that will stay in that type of situation. So y'all don't look at it for what it is. She was literally sitting there waiting for him to change his mind. She's that pathetic that she sat around instead of standing up as a woman and removing herself from that situation. I don't give a fuck if I have to wait in the lobby with my baby. I wouldn't have sat there and let no man degrade me like that. No man sit there and keep repeatedly telling me to leave, and I stay there. Have some strength. Have a backbone. Girl, get your baby in them 4 motherfucking outfits and get up out this bitch. Don't let this motherfucker talk to you like that. Girl, bye. With no black woman sat around and took that shit. That's why he treated you like that, Yellowbone. It ain't too many black women that's gonna sit around and let no man talk to them like that. Let alone, especially in front of their damn baby. Whenever you get through, they ain't that motherfucking weak. Should a black woman would have left with no credit card, no ID, no none of that shit. She still would have motherfucking left. Whenever you get through with them 4 outfits, you sat there and allowed that shit. So women should be looking at you like, girl, shame on you, girl. I take you in as a damn stranger. I'm sure the next door neighbor would have took you in, knowing you going through some stupid ass bullshit like that. Anybody would have took you in. All the outcry people that's out, the Tiana Taylors and the Summer Walkers and the, or Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer was in her chat while she was going through all that shit. That's willing to be there for you, but the only people you responding to, Danileigh, is the haters. She still want to throw shots at the baby mama and all of this shit. Girl, what about your child? Girl, you could give a fuck about that baby is what you're giving. That's what you're giving. I don't know if anybody wants to tell you, but I will. That's what you're giving. All you care about in this situation is this nigga that you keep saying the word nigga. It seems as if that's all you care about. You doing all this shit in front of your baby. You allegedly assaulted him and all that shit. Wasn't your baby there while you were doing all that? You need to be worried about that. Put that baby first instead of the baby. Girl, you're weird. You wanted a certain lifestyle. You tried it. Well, this is what it comes with. Girl, please, he has a hood mentality. He will always have that mentality. You know when a nigga got a hood mentality, the first thing they do is put a whole bunch of platinum shit in their mouth and chains around their neck. Buy unnecessary cars, unnecessary houses, all the stuff they're not going to be able to afford within 10 years. Hair flip. Jay-Z, one of the richest people ever. He got all them chains and all of that shit? Is he walking around with millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars in briefcases and purses and all this weird ass shit that y'all do nowadays? After rappers done got killed at stoplights and robbed and all of that, but oh well. You know, y'all still do it. And this is still what people like you, Danileigh, chase after. Girl, deal with it. Girl, deal with it. You don't get any sympathy or empathy from anybody, girl. It's just a part of the way of life. You and these new age females that's coming into the game, y'all make being a baby mama a dream come true. Y'all do that. That's goals to y'all. Which one of the hottest rappers I can get pregnant by? Danny, don't try to make it seem like, girl, you weren't trying to, that wasn't a spite baby. That all the baby mamas, especially the ones that he's still in love with, what they had over you was that they had a child. Or we have a baby together. We have kids together. You didn't have that. You didn't have that. So you had that baby out of spite. Girl, bye. Girl, stop trying to make it seem like that you was in a loving relationship. This nigga won't even claim you. We see pictures. We saw videos of you feeding him, making him food. No, you can't cook. Leslie's potions and shit you putting in it. We saw you feeding him with out of your foot, girl. Yeah, girl, y'all showing up to events together, girl. We saw all of that, but apparently you was just a homie. To him, oops. Like, what does that have to do with us? Like, I don't have to have any sympathy or empathy for that girl. Bye. Like, girl, people go through it every single day. You're not special. You're not special. Girl, please. You're not special. You're sitting over there looking very desperate. Like you said, this isn't the right environment for my kid. You said it yourself, Danny. This isn't the right environment because you thought it was going to be different. You wanted your baby to have a certain type of lifestyle. You wanted your baby to have the glitz and the glam and all of that, and you didn't want to leave that. You leaving that place proves everybody right about you. All the people that's been saying you don't matter, you not his girl, dot dot this, dot dot that, you're gonna prove all of them right by leaving. You being in that house made you feel like you were on the hierarchy, on the hierarchy. Girl, on the totem pole, you're at the highest. So your pride wouldn't let you leave. That's why you dealt with that. Tell the truth and shame the devil. You don't want all them baby mamas. You didn't want that. You didn't want that, girl. All these other females that he allegedly messing with, that's claiming them too. Y'all ain't one of them. I live with them. We share a sink. We this, we that. You kept saying it while you was arguing with him. While you were walking around, you kept naming the things that you share that sets you aside from these other women. Who else is that setting you aside from? Who else are you talking to within that moment? Why are you telling him that you have a sink? Don't he know that? Don't he know you have a sink there, Danny? Doesn't he know that? You're not talking to him right now. It's over 100,000 people on his live. You're not talking to the baby girl. That's not who you're talking to. You're talking to all of these other women. No different than you said all of these Charlotte hoes or Baltimore or Charlotte hoes, this, that. Who you talking to? Shout out to Nunya. She better not speak on black women's strength or weaknesses because she showed exactly how weak her. Oh Lord, her yellow bones are. That's one thing I can say. She did show nothing but weakness within that moment, and I think women should be calling her out for that because that's unnecessary. That's unnecessary because these will be the same women that will be outraged if the baby was over there putting his hands on Danny, and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden, everybody, oh, the baby wrong, all cancel, oh, da, 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 da. They're going to be the same ones that are going to be rooting for her. But she over there doing all that. She over there putting her hands on him. She over there being basic. She's over there doing all of those things. And she doesn't have to sit there and be basic. Girl, be a woman, stand up, get your baby, grab your stuff, and get up out of here. Don't let him talk to you like that. I'd rather him been talking stuff like that without me being there to defend myself. No, you go right here, because then that's just you talking ish. But you're not about to play in my face. That's what you're not about to do. Because stuff like that can, because somebody's talking to me like that, oh, it could get violent. Oh, it absolutely could. That's why I would have to remove myself before I lay hands, Lord. Harley Quinn said, baby daddy issues is what she wants, whatever her lyrics said. Period. Girl, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it, girl. Charles Harley Quinn, thank you. So thank you, Shay K. She said, he allowed her time to find a place, and she used the time trying to prove her worthiness to him, which was doing what? Laying on her back. I mean, what money is she bringing in? Let's keep it real, Danny. Well, what are you doing besides laying on your back? You're the one who keeps putting up posts stating how he keeps skeeting you, put a post of you going to get Plan B pills for just in case you're pregnant again because he been skeeting you. And then, Danny, you're charged with 2 different counts of simple assault, and you're still there. You're still there. Where's Danny at? Like, where is she? Banter Babe says, that's right. Black women ain't finna take no disrespect and no check from no little boy who keep coming in. Period. Girl, bye. Like, girl, you tried it. Like, girl, you sitting there very Puerto Rico going through what you're going through. So, like, we don't even need to compare to, oh, black women don't have any sympathy for her because of a song. Why would they care? I mean, it's black women that go through this all the time. This is, it shouldn't be normal, but it is. Why should she get all this sympathy and empathy and just this world of help for something that people got to do every single day? It's plenty of white single mothers, Asian single mothers, black single mothers, Latino single mothers. It's all type of single mothers. I mean, why is she any different? Why is she any different because she had a revenge baby? Girl, you did that. Now you got a blessing. Deal with your blessing. Girl, you should have left though. I don't feel sorry for no female that's sitting there allowing somebody to talk to her like that. Like, girl, you are allowing it. And he could have said way worse things. He could have said way worse shit. He could have said way worse. He could have said so much stuff that could have really broke her down like a fraction. But still at the same time, she was allowing it. This is verbal. These are words. These are words. Like, this is all it is with the baby. That's all. He was saying words. So we all supposed to just have this outcry, start GoFundMe's, all of this stuff, because how I think it is with Danileigh. Danileigh, girl, you got real comfortable. You thought that this was about to be a Lil Wayne Nivea situation, because the reason why Nivea really stopped doing music is because Lil Wayne didn't want her to. He just wanted her to be a mom, and went not a wife, when that type of situation. So that's really why Nivea fell back from music, from like back in the day before she came back. And I feel like that's the vibes that Danileigh was giving. Like, she thought that she was about to be able to fall back from music, fall back from everything, and live off the baby. I really feel like that's how she felt. I'm about to sit here. I'm shacked up. He's smashing me. We got a kid. I'm going to reap all these benefits. I'm going to stay in the house in the sky. I'm going to have all of the credit cards. This is my house, my mansion, and my money. Period. This is my house, my mansion, and my money. Like, this is how she felt. And she felt that she was going to have the upper hand on the other women because she was the closest. She's the closest, at that point living with him, and all of that. I mean, she's closer than any of the other people. So she felt like she was the queen and he was the king. Like they was both sitting on his throne and hers throne. And she kept naming things. I have my own bathroom or side of the bathroom, his and hers, and my own drawer and my own part of the closet, and all of this. Okay, don't he know all of this? Oh, okay, he does. So then who are you talking to right now? Because he wasn't denying it. He wasn't denying that, you had these things because he said that you could stay here. You know, he said that you could stay here. So I don't see what the issue is. Yeah, I really don't get what the I just I don't get what the issue is. Um, these comments is going so fast. Okay, so sorry, I didn't mean to do. Oh Lord, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, she did say she left everything. She did. She said she left everything to be where she was at. She got rid of her place in Los Angeles. And I don't, no, not a yellow fool. Be nice, Lord, be nice. Where's the cornbread and beef neck bones at, girl? A girl dropped her like a bad habit, a big bad habit, or a lazy bad habit. Shout out to everybody for all the super chats and stuff that y'all sent me. If I missed any, I am so sorry that the chat has been flying. Centria backfired. Is that how you say Centria? Backfired immediately. Big time Nigerian natural girl. Girl. Have your own ladies. Period. Shout out to Lee Green. And that's the thing. You would think somebody set up in that type of situation, because that's one thing I can say about black women. Okay, because this is all I know. This is all they raised me. So they raised me. The black woman I'm raised by, they the type to where if they was dating somebody like the baby or was living with him and had a baby with him, they got mad money. Meaning they the type to go, black women the type to go, let me get 5 racks, or let me get this, or let me get that, so I could go dot dot dot. Let me get a quick 20 so I could go do dot dot dot. They go spend like $2,000-$3,000 on the money and go put the other 18,000 up. And then just randomly keep as like they just like they just do random shit so that like you're cool. If anything, if this breaks, I'm good. Type of situation. A nest egg. So she ain't even got nothing like that set up. She don't even have nothing like that set up. Black women gonna build a nest. Black women gonna be taking that money and putting it in a place, putting it in a house, putting it in an apartment, going buying furniture for they play new bed and stuff. For that, like they're gonna be doing stuff like that. They're not about to just set themselves up to just have this, because they know at the blink of an eye it could be gone. So I mean, let me set myself up something cushy, so that if this, if he start popping, or if he start, he bring another female up in here, I got somewhere to go. Like I'm not about to just be like, okay, this happening, he putting me out, and I'm trying to go stay with a home girl. Yeah, no, they trying to have something set up for them. Whether they get them a car, they're trying to get something tangible. Is what I know about black women. I'm just saying, like the black women I'm raised, but that's what they would have been doing. They would have been finessing the hell out of his ass. They would have been finessing that ass, girl, like the crispy finesse. A shout out to Berta George just won. I couldn't believe she said that out loud. Yeah, she said she had one drawer and she had part of a closet. Part of a closet. And then she said she had all of her stuff around his sink. You can move all that. You can go grab a plastic bag real quick and just, did nobody tell you to put all of that, all them candles, all that santeria, all them candles and bit apples. And I was wondering what that was in there. Why you have them bones stacked up like that? Like, yeah, go move all of that. Why are we talking about it? I was thinking about that the other day when I was brushing my teeth. Go on in there and get all that. Thank you. Period. Go and put them with them 4 outfits over there for the baby. And I'm really confused by that, because she's like, all of my baby stuff is at his house. Girl, I'm not about to let no nigga play me like that. Like, girl, I would have bought my baby some more stuff so quick. I wouldn't even care. I just would not have sat there and let somebody talk to me like that. Like, I just went out of, and then people like, oh, this was for his album. What does dogging your baby mama out on live got to do with promoting the album? Now, don't get me wrong. I know he threw a little tidbits in there, about an album, posts later. But still, I just found that stupid. I'm just like, no, I really feel like he wants her to go. I really do. I feel like he is sick of Danny. I do. I feel that he tired of her. I do. I think he's sick of taking care of her. He's sick of her just sitting around. Because she playing house. She playing house. That's the issue. That's the issue. She playing house. The baby don't want to play no house with no damn Danny. Danny's sitting over there trying to play house, and the baby like, you already know what this is. You already know what this is, and you trying it like it's not. You trying it like it's not. I might have to put you on live because you got to get out of my house. Just recently said he would have came off a credit card. Something. Something I would he would have came off a credit card, he would have noticed the credit card was missing a couple months later. I'm some motherfucker swift. I'm paying just bills with it. Just bills with it. He paying my deposit to get in this condo. He paying or the first and 6 months rent because I'm paying at least 1 to 6 months. I'm paying at least 1 to 6 months. Oh, like no, he tried it. Shout out to Sonya. Thought he wanted a yellow bone, and that's the thing. And y'all so mean. Y'all are so mean. Like. Why you guys so mean? But no, she said that. She said he wanted the yellow. I mean, so and that's what I said too. Cause I even feel like people saying yellow and saying like yellow bone on her, I feel like that is so like rude. But still at the same time, she tried to make it pop. She tried to make it pop. She said yellow. She said all that shit. So how is it disrespectful if you the one who, labeled yourself that? So that's why I'm just like, yeah, I would find it disrespectful if other people was calling her yellow, but she did it herself. Like literally named the song after it and everything. So a shout out to Samantha said, I wonder does B Simone still think Danileigh has the upper hand? Good question. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. I think that B Simone, um, I don't think B Simone would have let the baby treat her like that. I don't. I don't even like B Simone. I don't even care too much for her that crayon book that she sat there and sold all these women of color. But I don't even think B Simone would have sat there and let nobody talk to her like that. Like honestly, I mean, you have to be very weak. And Danny showed a lot of weakness, and I think that that's what women should. If you're gonna be angry, that's what you should be angry at. Like, girl, we need you to show more backbone. We need you to show more strength. Don't ever let no man talk to you like that. Don't ever let no man talk to you like that. And she continued to allow it, and she's continuing it now. Where is Danileigh? She is still with the baby. She's still with him. So how y'all mad at us, the people that don't have sympathy or empathy for this person, because of how the baby verbally disrespected her? Yet she is still with him. But y'all should have a. That's a shame. Oh, it's black women just mad because she said yellow bone. No, black women mad because she ignorant, and black people don't. A lot of black people already didn't like her, men included. I'm not a black woman. You could go look at my past videos. I never liked Danny. I always felt like her talent was mediocre. She was just a pretty girl, like that. That was it. Just a cute girl. That's it. There's really no real raw talent here, or anything like that. And her biggest song was the baby feature. Like, I mean, like, girl, bye. Like, I'm like, no, we're not about to make her pop. Like, I was never bobbing to Danny. Never saying that she lit. Never any of those things. Shout out to Kashonda. She said she must have left out a potion or ingredient. Girl, she forgot to get the toad eye, girl. She left out the toad eye, girl, because it didn't work. No hocus pocus. Shout out to Kashonda. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you for the super chat, girl. And she must have left out a few different niggas. This chat is so lit. Jane says she can't tell a woman nothing. B Simone chases men just like Danny, birds of a feather. Period. So period. Because B Simone, she was loud about us dating that athlete, but then as soon as they broke up, she was quiet as hell. No, girl, loudly let us know you're single, girl. Loudly let us know you're single, girl. I thought light skin was the right skin. I thought the beige have it better. I'm like, yeah, girl, and I say things like that because she says them. It's like it's different when the person says it themselves. You have every right, at that point in time, to say it to them. It's like if somebody, I just feel like you're putting it out there, so I get to do the same thing. Um, Hold on, hold on. I want to get these before they go because when they gone, they gone. They gone. They do be cloud chasing. I somebody said that is cloud chasing too. Alleged baby mama because she said out. Wait, he said out his mouth that he was giving Mari Povich. Now, I even said in my video that the baby, basically from jump has been questioning the fraternity of this child. And that's also allegedly the reason why he was not there throughout her pregnancy is because, you know, um, he didn't necessarily think the child was his, so that's why he was not there. Shauna says love spells don't work unless the person wants to love you. Spells really only work when both are aware and you gave permission. Girl, you a witch, girl, girl. I want Mariana love me. Shauna, girl, how do I do that? Shout out to the 1,000 people in the chat. Shout out to the 1K. We lit. Girl. Girl, I've been wanting Marianne. Girl, I want Marianne. Girl, I want a Marianne. Girl, how do I do that? Girl, trying to DM me, girl. Girl, I need your help. Girl, I need your help, girl. Girl, help me. No, help me. Oh, Marianne, you're gonna be mine. It is what it is. So look, well, voluntarily or involuntary, we gonna be holding hands. So yes, Marianne, we can take it slow. We can take it slow. We can take it slow. I love him. Hair flip. Period, girl. Period. She says she done for leaving in Mecklenburg County. You can't just put no one out. You have to give them a 30-day notice. File court papers. These are facts. I live in Mecklenburg. Is it Mecklenburg? County. Shaking my head. It's all for clout. No, Diane. No, she got to get the hell out. I don't give a damn what that county would have said. I don't give a damn what that county would have said. I don't give a damn. Her mail is not coming here. She's not paying any bills around this motherfucker. She ain't on a piece of the lease. It's not a piece of it. She mentioned not even an occupant. Um, yep. She got to go. She got to go. Shout out to Sonia for that super sticker. Sorry, sweetie, it flew past. Thank you, Sonia. She's girl. No, no, she got to go. I don't give no good goddamn well or Mecklenburg got to say to me. No, she got to go. She in my house. She cooking and burning up stuff. It always smell like bacon. So she has to leave. She can't cook. She barely watching the baby. She all up in my face. I'm the baby. She watching. She arguing over text messages while the baby's sitting there screaming. So yeah, he was tired of that. He was tired of that because the assistant was basically over there doing everything. hmm hmm He got tired of sleeping with her. It's boring. It's boring. He got bored. She ain't really got no titties. She ain't bring no clothes over there. Because she talking about some, she got a closet, and she got a drawer. What do you mean, just an underwear drawer? Is that why you got on all his clothes? Because she had on all his clothes. That was his wife beater. That was his joggers that she had on. She was doing all of that because she wanted to be seen. She kept disrespecting him. Nigga this, nigga that, nigga this, nigga that. Look, we don't play that shit. Look now. No, all right. Y'all gotta say the N word around the people that let y'all say the N word. Y'all gotta stop just thinking that shit just go down everywhere. It don't. Like I promise you, it do not go everywhere. Like I promise you, say that shit around the people that are alive. Say that shit around the people that are alive. Charles Harley Quinn, Danny just called Nick Cannon. Absolutely. At least he'll be a good baby daddy. He'll be a good baby daddy. Shine in rare form again today. I'm sitting here crying. No, I'm just saying she tried to shit. Have to get out of my house. She had to get out of my house. And she was over there kicking and biting and scratching on that boy. Y'all ain't saying nothing about that. But let him have kicked a bit or scratched her. Then it's that's a shame. He a child. He over there. I knew he was abusive. It's all in his music. All of this bullshit. Y'all tried it. Y'all tried it. If he was over there kicking and biting and scratching on that girl. But she was sitting over there kicking and biting and scratching on him. She was putting potions on him. My God. We just gonna overlook that? Then they said allegedly they was over there pouring stuff on the baby, on her stomach. Trying to put a spell on the baby before the baby got out. Oh my goodness. I'm like, no, y'all trying it. Y'all trying to make it seem like right, a panty drawer. That's all she had. That's all she had is a panty drawer. That's why she had on his white beater. Cause she had wore that dress that she was over there with for the last 3 days. For the last 3 days. For the last 3 days. She done been there 3 months and still ain't got no clothes. Still ain't got no clothes. Still ain't got no clothes. I'm like, wait a minute. Where's your manager? Your assistant? Like what's T? Let me find out you only have those type of people when you not with the baby. I only have publicists and things when we're not dating. Cause that's weird. I'm like it cause if I was your manager, I would be mortified. I would be mortified. I would tell you to go in the studio, but you suck. You suck. You know, it's different with Summer Walker going in the studio. That's a little different. That girl can sing. But you can't, girl. So I know everybody like, oh, she should make an album. For what? For what? It's enough annoying ass music out here. We don't need no more. We do not need no more. We do not want to hear about how this nigga sat there and called me his side chick in front of the world. A good, yeah, yeah. Like, yeah, we don't want to hear none of that. Girl, we saw it. We saw it. We saw it. We don't need you to sing it. We saw it. We saw it. We saw it. For Evicted Chicks, period. Period. When Cardi made Be Careful, it was a little different because we didn't get to see it on Love and Hip Flop. We didn't get to see that. So when she made Be Careful with Me, it was like, ooh, Cardi girl, speak, girl. Girl, what it do, girl? Girl, what it do? When Beyonce came out with Freakum Dress, y'all ain't even know it, but Jay-Z was cheating. Y'all ain't even know it. She said, I think I'm ready. Been locked up in the house way too long. Jay-Z done cheated. Cause once again, Jay-Z out here doing wrong. You just say, y'all ain't even know this. Beyonce said, I put on this dress to go have sex with another nigga to make Jay-Z mad. Cause he cheated on me. So that's what she should have did. And that's what the baby is basically saying she did, because he basically saying that child is not his. That's why he wasn't really over there holding it. That's why he wasn't really over there holding that baby. That's why. Because he was like, look, you keep nigga this, nigga that. This another nigga baby. And I'm not saying nothing about the baby. That's why he didn't mind putting her out. Because he didn't know if he was putting out his baby or somebody else's baby. He don't know who baby he putting out. He don't know who baby he putting out. That could be future baby. That could be 2 Chainz. That could be Takashi's. That could be a lot of people baby. Jack Harlow got curly hair. It could be his too. So that could be a lot of people's child. So I mean, y'all tried it. So I'm not about to say that that's the baby's baby if the baby not even saying it. The baby said, I went there to watch that baby be born. He said that's. No, it's not dirty. No, it's not dirty. This is what she's dealing with. I'm not saying these things. He is. He is not claiming that baby like that. He really isn't. He really isn't. That's why he want her to get out. He wouldn't have put Mimi out. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. He wouldn't have put out the melanated girl. He wouldn't have put Mimi out. He wouldn't have did that. No, he claimed all Mimi churn. He said, that's my daughter. He claimed her. He claimed her. I find it mighty weird how he claimed all the women that ain't yellow bones. He claimed all them churn. He want a yellow bone girl. He ain't say nothing about want no yellow bone baby. He ain't say nothing about that. I'm just saying. I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. So he claiming all the dark girls, baby. Weird. He ain't question none of none of the churn. I'm just saying, it is what it is. He's saying, and I mean, I would never question the paternity of their child. I'm not there. I don't know who she slept with. I have no idea. But the one of the people that have slept with her, the baby, the person who she's saying is her child's father, isn't necessarily agreeing with her. I've never heard him denounce any of his other children. or go back and forth with any of his other children and the paternity of them or anything. I've never heard him say that. I'm just saying, I've never heard him say that. He would literally just say it multiple times throughout the clip. If you go watch my video or other people's videos, a lot of other people, that did videos too. But girl, married girl, y'all, if y'all go listen to it, he's basically questioning the paternity. Like he don't know if that's his kid, literally. So that's her. She has to deal with that. Why shouldn't she have to deal with it? Who is she? Who is she that were to where Danny just deserves all of this respect? No, she don't. No, she don't. If she gonna get respect, she better get that shit at home. She better get it from the baby. The baby ain't out here disrespecting his other children's mother like that. He's not, because they won't allow it. They won't allow it. She allowed it. She could have got up and walked away at any moment in time. What am I feeling sorry for? Danny can convince me that she didn't at least have enough money to go Uber to a hotel and stay in a hotel for the night. Or a couple nights. She didn't want to leave the throne. She didn't want to leave the throne. She allowed him to disrespect her like that, because where was it happening at? Where she wanted to be. Because that argument could have happened on the phone. Because that's how motherfucker I am. I'm going to leave and I'm going to call you and cuss you the fuck out. And if you don't answer, I'm going to blow your motherfucker phone up with text. Then when you block my text messages, I'm going to start DMing your bitch ass. Then oh yeah, you're getting cussed the fuck out. Oh yes, you are. Yay. That's what's going to happen. And then I'm going to post subliminals all day on my social media. But you're not getting away with that. I don't want your cheating ass. You're not getting away with that. Oh no. Oh no. Girl, bye. Like, yeah, no, she sat there and tolerated it. So that means that that's how she wanted to be treated. And that's not the first time she's been treated that way. She's built a tolerance to it. She's built a tolerance. If he'll go in front of 100,000 people, over 100,000 people, and disrespect that girl, how he disrespected her, imagine how he treats her with other people, in front of other people. That means he always treats her like that. Like, come on. Like, I don't have to feel sorry for somebody that deals with that type of energy on a day-to-day basis just to keep a title. Girl, have some respect for yourself. It's called self-esteem. If it's low, you bring it back up. Not this nigga. Girl, what is wrong with you? You're raising a child. You should never want somebody like, yeah, no, gross. Have a backbone. Enabling her, feeling sorry for her does nothing for her. That keeps her weak. No, she needs to draw strength within this type of situation for her child. Because don't nobody want to talk about that. Don't nobody want to talk about her child and the type of environments that she's putting her child in. If she's willing to deal with that on a day-to-day basis, to be verbally abused like that, especially in front of your child, what does that teach your kid? And not just the person that's doing it towards them. Not just that, how you are sitting here accepting it. What does that teach them, Danny? It's okay to be weak. My mama was. My mama let niggas talk to her like this. It was fine. She let random females just come in the house and go in a room with my dad. Girl, bye. It's not okay. It's not okay. So I'm not going to enable her. Oh, poor Danny. Nobody deserves that type of treatment. Yeah, nobody does, including her. So she should have got her petty ass up and walked out of that apartment with her dignity and her fucking child. Is what she should have did. Not sit there and continuously endure it. Like I'm going to feel sorry for. No, I don't feel sorry for you. Girl, bye. What I feel sorry for? It's women right now running from abusive relationships and domestic violence and all of that stuff with children. on the run from a human that's trying to end them, but I'm supposed to feel sorry for a basic bitch that's sitting over there punching and kicking and biting on a nigga because she's sad he won't be with her. Tired of hearing that punk ass shit. Oh, I did this for the kids. No, you didn't. You would have got your shit and walked out of that apartment for your child. Not try to be in a relationship with somebody that you know don't want to be in a relationship for your child. That doesn't make sense. End this shit while your baby young so they'll know something different later. Instead of trying to raise them around some shit you know that ain't gonna last. Very basic. Grow up. Not feeling sorry for that. You feel sorry for it. I ain't feeling sorry for that shit. Girl, strap your boots up with them little titties and walk on with life. Girl, bye. You ain't special. Shit, women go through this shit every goddamn day with more children and more problems. Mothers right now fighting, battling cancer and still trying to raise children. Girl, bye. But I'm supposed to feel sorry for somebody that had a shot that could have made a decent music career for themselves if they was too worried about chasing behind a nigga. Okay. Girl, you got him. Consolation prize. Embarrassment. Consolation prize. Humiliated in front of millions of people. You're bad, not mine. I don't feel sorry for that. I don't. It's too much shit going on in this world and people going through for me to be sitting here feeling sorry for privilege. She has plenty of it. What would it take? Nothing for her to put some makeup on, put on a cute wig and a dress, not even, and go out and find another nigga that high rolls with the same amount of money or more. She could go get a dude instantly that could take care of her. She has all type of different privilege. Or she could take life by the horn, go thrive in her own career, and take care of her and her baby. And find love again one day with somebody that is ready for it, that actually wants it. But that's not what she's giving. That's what I said. Women lead. She needs to lead instead of following. They making it goals to be a baby mama. They making that goals. Shout out to Mahogany. She said apparently he doesn't want any woman because he's disrespecting them all. Who he married? I'll wait. Big dot. Big dot. Big dot. They be so worried to move into a house that he got his name on, but don't want a ring that he got his name in. I find that real weird. I don't care about you financing no ring, nigga. You financing this house. You can finance a ring. Show me you own it. Show me you own it. Like big dot. But don't none of them want the ring. They want the entitlements. They want the entitlements. It takes work to be a wife. You think it's easy being somebody like LeBron James' wife? Denzel Washington. All type of people that's married. Do you think it's easy being their wife? It's not. To be the wife of a man that could have anyone, especially due to they can buy and have anything, is a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. It is. It's a lot of pressure. Like it really is. So it's also a lot of work. You know, it's not easy being Michelle Obama. It's not easy being the wife of a president or just anything like that. None of those things are easy. None of those things, are easy. So I mean, no, I didn't miss the point because that's why they should be going into it. They should be going into it because they want to get married. It doesn't matter if he's not seeking women to put a ring on their finger. No, that's why you should be seeking him anyway. If any of these women wanted to be with the baby, that's how they should be looking at it because that's what's going to make a man settle. A man is going to settle for someone that wants to be a wife. He's not going to settle for somebody that just goes with the flow or is just as big as of a hoe as they are. Like, no, that's not going to make him want to settle. What's going to make somebody immature like the baby want to settle is somebody that makes him chase it. Somebody that makes him wonder and dream and just want to be with them, eat, drink, breathe them. So he's shutting down restaurants and things like that for her. Like a Mimi. That's somebody that who he truly wants. Because it's the chase. I feel like he chases her. Cause she ain't about that action. She know what he buy. That's why, because if she wanted him, she technically could have him. But she know what he entails. Like, nah, mm-mm. Like, nah, mm-mm. So I mean, but it is what it is. So it's like that's what's gonna make a man settle. A man is gonna settle for something he feel is worth the settling for. He's not gonna just settle just because you're beautiful, just because you're yellow, just because you have a nice body. No, it's gonna be plenty of those same things that walk past him. It's gonna be somebody lighter than you, somebody that could be darker than you, somebody that could be thicker than you, thinner than you. Like you just never know. I mean, you just never know. So I mean, I just find that weird. Um, but I feel like a lot of these females, like even the ones that like this comment right here, oh no, Shine, he said long term side piece, he's not even going to marry Mimi. No, this is the thing. So any woman that's okay with being called a side piece or will go in a situation calling other women a side piece, you're not wife material. Wives aren't calling each other that. A wife is not gonna somebody that's wife material is not gonna be okay knowing that this man is sleeping with other women. They're not gonna be okay with that. And they're also not gonna be okay with you being in a relationship with somebody and them being in a relationship with you too. Like they're not gonna be okay with that. They're not. So a wife is gonna want somebody single. If that person is attached, then look, okay, cool. Look, if y'all ever break up or anything like that, if I'm still single, call me. That's a wife. That's wifey material. Like I'm just saying, not some female that's gonna literally be okay. Because then why would you expect any good from this situation if you it's better off to just go in it for sex, within that moment. Why would you know that this person is in a relationship with somebody or dealing with somebody, but you still want to deal with them too? Like, yeah, no, that's not okay. Like, that's not okay. That means you have a low self esteem. Like, it's very low. Because when your self esteem is high, you demand respect. It's not a request, it's something that you're demanding. I demand that you just date me. I demand that you just sleep with me because I know I'm worth it, because I know I'm worth it. So it's like you have to know your worth. Like that's what that means. Block me. Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind. Don't block me. 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 Okay, so but no, I'm just saying, like they know their worth. So like with Danileigh, if you coming into a situation knowing that the baby was with Mimi, throughout that time, then why would you think getting a relationship with him is going to work out? Like you lose him how you get him. If you got him cheating, then I mean that's how you're going to lose him. It's going to be the same way because that just means that's his character. Shout out to Mahogany. She says, respectfully, Sean, if he wanted his baby mama, he would marry her. How long do you choose or chase until your feet hit the gravel? But that's the thing, both parties want to get married, and then that's the thing, have to want to get married. I've never heard Mimi say anything about wanting to get married to anybody, even not even including excluding her kid's father. She's never said that she wants to get married in general. So if she's just a person that doesn't believe in marriage, but there are a lot of people out there that are like that, why would she want to marry him? We don't know. What if he's proposed to her before? We don't know. I mean, that's very possible. But what if she doesn't want to get married? I mean, that's very possible. I also don't feel like we should put that type of pressure on women to where they always have to feel like any man that they basically let talk to them, they have to be like in the route of marriage. Type of like it's the woman's responsibility. Well, girl, you let him sleep with you. You should have got the ring. Like, no, like that is both people's responsibility. If you want to be married, especially if you're dating somebody, you should communicate that. If you don't want to be married, you should communicate that too. I have my cousin, him and his kid's mom. They're in a great relationship, but they're mid 20s, and they've been dating since high school, and they don't want to get married. Because people say all the time, like, why aren't y'all married? Y'all been together for so long. Why aren't y'all married? Shout out to Telly Belly. Thank you, sweetie. But why aren't you married? Because they don't want to be. So I mean, that's the thing too. If Mimi knows what she's going to have to deal with just dating the baby, why want to be married to him? You know, I mean, that's how I look at it. I mean, if you're doing all these things to me while we're dating, you're going to do the same thing while we're married. That's how I look at it. So I wouldn't want, you know, any part of a marriage with a person that is, I know this isn't going to work. Like, We done broke up, got back together, broke up, got back together, broke up, got back. Obviously, we just don't work. We need to just part. Type of situation. So who knows? If Mimi's even wanted to be married. Miss Burr says married women get cheated on, but they will completely ignore the side piece. They will stay, but it's beneficial for them. I feel like that's in any relationship. I mean, sometimes you don't even have to be married. When he paying half the bills, you paying half the bills. He help with the kids, you help with the kids. Like when you have a situation that's set up like that, sometimes you don't feel like it's worth parting, but it is because neither person is happy. You're not happy. A person's not, a woman in a marriage, especially, or a man in a marriage, is not going to be happy knowing that that is what's going on. They're not going to be okay with it. They are tolerating it. That's why I said we all have a tolerance, to the things that we will deal with in relationships. We all have a tolerance, whether it's pain, love. Like we have a tolerance to how much we're gonna love somebody. Like I love you, but type of situation. So we all have a tolerance, and with some people in relationships, when it's half of this and half of that and half of this and half of that, it's harder to part. It is, but that's an excuse to stay together because nobody's genuinely happy within that situation besides the children. And they're not necessarily happy because children can read energy. So you can tell when your mom's sad. You can tell when your dad's sad. You can tell when you're trying to have a happy moment with them and they're just not, or when they're depressed, so they're kind of just dead faced, and things you can sense, all of those things. So nobody's truly happy. It's a lot of times when people get divorced or announce they're getting divorced, the kids will be like, finally, like, they'll be like, oh, finally, and the kid and the parents are thinking this whole time, well, we're staying together for y'all. And the kids don't even want y'all together. I mean, sometimes kids don't even fucking want you together. Like, and you sitting there sticking around, and they would prefer y'all part. Like, yeah, maybe y'all do need to separate because y'all, ugh, like this is a lot. Y'all argue every day about anything. Like, yeah, we tired of that. Clearly, y'all don't like each other. So, that it is what it is. So, Mimi is not pregnant. She was trolling y'all. Oh, okay, yeah. Could people keep could that could I was about to say I didn't say Mimi was pregnant. Did I say Mimi was pregnant? I thought she was trolling too. That's what I read. Yes, they fall too right. Right. Sometimes you be wanting the parents to separate. Yes, kids, the baby's kids, all of the babies gonna have daddy issues. I think that I don't think they're going to have daddy issues. I think they already do. The baby is, busy. He on the road a lot. He's, gone often. So a lot of these children, and their milestones, he's not there to see any of them. He's not, they're already being affected by it. It's not something that you're affected by at a certain year. When you get to 9 years old, you're going to start being affected by your dad not being there or your mom not being there. No, it's immediate. So they're already being affected by it. Any milestone they have or anything that they're proud that they're doing that they would love for, that for him to see, he's not there to see those things. So they are, those issues are already building. They're already building now within this day. People want to get people therapy when something's wrong. That's it's a good time to get therapy when you realize there's something wrong with you, but it's also good to have therapy when things are okay with you, as well. You get to find out other things about yourself. Therapy is not just finding demons, and things like that. Therapy is also sometimes finding happiness, and the things that you really want, and how you can pursue, getting certain things. There's a lot of people that have dilemmas, like they've had this career their entire life, and they want to do something different, but they can't even mentally get themselves to leave the job because they're so used to it, and whatnot. So it's good therapy. You go to therapy for something like that. That's something positive. This is a positive thing, but instead of going to therapy, or something like that, people go ask a fucking friend. Like, I'd be like, well, why you go ask her down them? They ain't got no job. I'm sure you gonna go ask, welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order, please? About something like this. No, this is when you go to like therapy, and stuff like that. I'm just saying, that's when, you go in happy moments too. You don't just go, anything, especially when you're having a dilemma or epiphany, a midlife crisis, or something like that. Your empty nest. These are good times to go to therapy, and people don't. Instead they just wing it, you know. No, go talk to somebody. Go talk to some people. Go get in front of some people. Go get in front of some people. Go see what's next for you in life. Sometimes the therapist can definitely help you, figure those type of things out. Life coaches, and things like that, they're helpful too. But I feel like that's really, when you should go to therapy, when things like that, are going on. The baby needs to stop having babies. I agree. I agree. I cannot agree with that more. He should stop having children. Mahogany say, is it really hard? It is really hard to walk away from a big bone and a smile. No, yeah, you're right. You're right. It is, girl. You are absolutely right. Thank you so much for the super chat, sweetie girl. You just this chat must be lit because Mahogany like he gonna see what the fuck I said. Shout out to Janelle. She said, "True. Some people don't realize when they need to. No, absolutely. A lot of people don't realize when they need to, go to therapy. It's not always when something's wrong. I have issues, so let me go to therapy. No, that's a good reason to go to therapy too. But sometimes when people figure certain things out, they just be like, okay, I'm done. You fixed me. Like, no, this now we're just starting to get somewhere. At that point, you keep continuing therapy, until you feel like you just don't need it anymore. Until you're, especially when your life has changed drastically in good ways, especially. But yeah, all that bad advice. Like, right. With children, marriage is a business arrangement because something happens. Most state reward the estate to the wife and children of that marriage. The side baby mother get nothing. But I mean, I just don't feel like people should be trying to be with this man for a status, for I just don't feel like I feel like they should want to be with him to want to be with him because that's his problem. He's extremely immature. So with him being immature and him dating immature people, that just makes things worse. Somebody has to be the adult within the situation. I mean, that's just how I feel. And I just feel like a situation with, Danileigh and um the baby, I just feel like both of them are children. I mean, literally. Literally, I just feel like they are children. That's just how I feel. Neither one of them handled the situation correctly, if you ask me. Both of them handled it bad. Stop equating African traditions with religions that aren't African religions. Christians and Islams are not original Afro. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Yeah, he ain't Michelle with one L, girl. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, baby. She says I have no idea. I don't know either, baby. Miriam said she want to be with him even after he was canceled. She really did love him shine. Who? Nah, girl. Girl. She wanted to be with that money even after it was canceled. Girl, bye. Miriam, girl. No, no. Now, did Danileigh really love the baby? Yes, I do. I do think she loves him. I do, but I think that she has it confused. I think that she also has a strong love for him. I think she likes hanging around him. I think he makes her laugh. Vice versa. Like, I think they like each other's energy. I'm not saying that. I definitely think that. I think they like each other's energy. And I do think that she is in love with him. Absolutely. If you pour on potions and or saying spells and they're chanting them your hurry cake, you love me, the baby, yo. Like if you up in there doing all that, girl, and making dolls and all of that, girl, why your music whack? Like, yeah, she definitely loved him. Like, absolutely. I do think that I wouldn't even question that, that she loves him. Yeah, but I think that it's the wrong kind of love. She's too dependent on him. You love somebody different when you're not dependent on them. When you meet somebody and they got all of their own stuff, own place, own car, all of that, and y'all dating and courting one another, and you have your own stuff, own place, own car, and all that stuff. It's a little different, when you falling for them because you're less dependent. on that person. When you are dependent on someone, you can fall for somebody just because of the things that they do for you, just because they're always there for you. And sometimes you just want to be there for somebody as a friend. And I think that that's what the baby did. I think that the baby brought in Danileigh as a friend. He was not bringing her in as, I want to be with you, I don't want to be with nobody else, I don't know. And she knew that. Like, that's the thing. She felt like just because she'd been there over time, that things were going to change eventually. Girl, you cannot change him. And that's what she was trying to do. And it wasn't working fast enough, so she went got some potion. Mhm. It wasn't working fast enough. She felt like she was about to get put out. She felt she could feel that kick out spirit, that evicted spirit was settling with her. She felt it, girl. She felt that eviction spirit. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. She felt that I'm about to get put out spirit. She felt it. Yes, she did. And and she didn't think that he was gonna do it like that though. Honestly, I don't think that Danny thought he was gonna do her like that. And like I said, I don't feel like any man should ever treat a woman like that. Like, no, I don't care what she looked like, what's her complexion. Like, I don't care about none of that stuff because I'm over the whole. I'm not gonna say like I'm over the colorism thing, but I'm just saying like I get that it could be, like when people say like with Danny when she made that song, the Yellowbone song. It's not a problem to me that she made the song. Okay, it's the tone and how she made the song. It's like when people try to compare, like, oh, well, Beyonce made Brown Skin Girl. Okay, the song say Brown Skin Girl. Skin just like pearls, the best thing in the world. I never trade your fanny. That's what she's saying, girl. She didn't say brown, just brown skin girls. We don't like the light skin girls. We're not talking about anybody else that's light skinned. We only talking about the dark girls. Only dark girls. Like, yeah, no, that was not the song. The song was impactful because it's just black people in general. Black people come in all type of shades and tones and and all of that stuff. I don't feel like it has to be labeled. And it wasn't like the song was called Dark Skinned Girl. Only melanated girls. Like that's not what it was called. But then as soon as Beyonce Beyonce too light to be making songs like that. Beyonce high yellow. Beyonce high yellow. She need to be Beyonce is high yellow. She can't make them type of songs. So it's just like, yes, she can. Like, I mean, she's black. Like, I mean, y'all should be happy that this woman is embracing it. Like, I mean, would you rather her not? Would you rather her come on here, Creole girls, the best thing in the world? Then y'all would have been pissed. Y'all be like, did this bitch say Creole? You and your high yellow mama and your high yellow sister, like you tried it. You tried it. So girl, you tried it. So but that's not what it was. Beyonce them said brown skin girls, it was cute. It was cute. Y'all just had to add more on it. Like that's it, but it was cute. It wasn't isolating anybody. So that was the pretty message, about the song. But people, of course, they overlooked Beyonce high yellow. She shouldn't be singing this song. So but her and Blue Ivy killed it. Right? That's how they act, Monique girl. Like she said, Creole girls, the best thing in the world. Us high yellow bitches. I wouldn't trade her. Jay-Z wouldn't trade us for anybody else. Like they didn't say that. My goodness. What is the issue? What is the issue? So yes, but her making a Yellow Bone song that was offensive. I mean, it was offensive. It was. It's like old boy from Love and Flip Flop with them big ass teeth. When he was like, light skin is a rice skin. It's like, whoa. Whoa. Like you're isolating people. That's what doesn't make it okay. No different than the baby when he was on stage and he was talking about, HIV and stuff like that. Or AIDS, I should say. It was the isolation. It's like you're isolating people, like all types of people, no matter their gender, sex, sexuality. It's within everyone. Like it's nobody's excluded from it. Like hetero people are like immune. Immune to like it's anybody. So it's just like it's the isolation. Is what makes it a problem. So like when people say something and they put something behind it, like a race or a sexuality, you're separating them, within that moment. So with Danileigh, with the song that she did, Yellow Bone, she was isolating dark skinned women. She absolutely was. She was isolating them. So that's what made it an issue. It's okay if somebody that is lighter tone wants to embrace the fact that they are lighter tone. There's nothing wrong with that. There isn't. There's nothing wrong with that. If a black person can say black power, I feel like a white person can say white power. I mean, it is what it is. It's how I look at it. But there's nothing wrong with women that are, high yellow, beige, light, to be proud of that. Like, it's like they don't have to be ashamed because they're light skinned. Just like a person that has a lot of melanin, a darker person doesn't have to be ashamed, because they are, like, no, and being lighter would not make your life better. And with a lot of people, that are lighter tone, they don't even want that privilege. Like if they could be darker, they would be. They would prefer, to be darker, if they could, but they can't. I mean, it just is what it is. Besides tanning, it is whatever. So it's not the answer because each side struggles, so light skinned people struggle with things just like dark skinned people struggle with things. Y'all got to stop acting like if a black man that gets pulled over, whether he's light skinned or dark skinned, that it's not an issue, that it's not something that we would worry about. That if a light skinned girl and a dark skinned girl are walking down the street and somebody yells the N word, both women would respond. Okay, that's what matters, is that we are all one. Like it doesn't matter. No one's better than anybody. Which is what it is. Do certain people get privilege? Yes, and it's because of men. So the issue should be with men. Like, why is the issue with like other with each other? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, I'm like, why do black women argue with each other about this shit? I'm like, this shit is so stupid. Y'all not the problem. The problem is men. Because if light skinned black girls are getting any privilege, it's from black men. Like, who else are they getting it from? I'm like, okay, so your issue with black men then, right? Like, you should probably take that up with them. Like, why y'all arguing with each other about it? Like, I'm like, that's mad weird. But I mean, honestly, I feel like that's what the privilege. Where's this privilege coming from? Isn't it men, right? Like, okay, it's more so to where a lot of these celebrities, especially black men celebrities, are either with a lighter tone woman or a woman of another nationality, someone that is not, a melanated black woman. So a lot of black women don't see themselves, when they're scrolling up the shade room in the neighborhood talking places like that, seeing all these mixed race couples, and biracial couples, and things like this. Is kind of like they're losing their identity. So it was back in the day in the black community, especially celebrity wise, there was a lot more black men dating black women. Over the years, that has changed drastically. It has. So with that changing, I feel that a lot of black women have started to lose their sense of identity. Within this type of world, especially if they don't look like certain women. Not all black women are, light skinned, and not all black women are dark skinned. So, but with the dark skinned women, it is a little harder, I'm sure, to scroll through because I'm not a woman. But I'm just saying what I see, to scroll through, the shade rooms and the bigger blogs. And when they're doing, showing the couples and couple alerts and stuff like that, it's really never, necessarily a darker tone woman being, ooh, couple alert, look at this couple, it's usually, a lighter tone woman or a woman of another nationality, with a black man, so it kind of makes it seem like the options are very limited, when it comes to, black women, when it, and so I just feel like that's where the sense of privilege comes from. I don't think it's jealousy. I don't think black women are jealous of that. I just think that they kind of just wonder, like, well, if you're dating this type of woman, then they view it as, is this the only type of woman, you like, when they could, like other tone women, dark tone women, and things like that. They're just not dating one at this time, so you see them and you think that this is all they like because this is what you see now. So, but yeah, so I just think that that's what it is. I just think that a lot of black women are kind of losing their sense of identity, in a certain place, in certain places, because they're not necessarily being shown, so it's harder to go to bat for someone that you feel has privilege, you know like when certain things happen, like situations like this. um I wish I could put up that comment, but I can't. But shout out to you, China, Tina, for the super sticker, sweetie. Thank you, thank you. I'm not gonna put that up because, girl, my mods is not about to cuss me out. But I hope you work it out with him, girl. I hope you do. I hope you do. Thanks for coming through. I hope you work it out with him, girl. That's look, girl. I don't argue with them people, girl. I don't argue with them people. Girl, shout out to Shani. Um, oh no, I'm just saying. I just think that, I mean, if you go look on social media right now, you'll see a lot of, not necessarily black. I'm not even talking about the lighter tone black women. Those are black women. But I'm just talking about, there are a lot of women that are dating black men that aren't necessarily black. And when I'm saying I can see the hostility in, but I don't understand why women go at each other for it. Like, I feel like the hostility is clearly with that man or with men in general. You know, I don't think that it's that women should be arguing about it. I think that they should be uniting about it. I mean, I don't think that that's, you know, something to argue about. Like, a darker tone woman and a light skinned woman arguing with each other. Y'all both black. Like, what is the problem here? This is why we can't get shit done, because we always so focused on, like we always so focused on the stuff we not supposed to be worried about. Like, this is why we can't get under the Black Wall Street, and shit like this. So I'm just like, oh, this is the issue. This is the issue. This is the problem. Um, so yeah, I just don't feel like they should be arguing with themselves. But this show was little. This show was little. I would drop the link, but I'm on my other computer, and I don't know how that would go. But yeah, but no, this show was lit. But like I said with Danny, girl, you tried it. Girl, you tried it. Because I'm saying, like, rappers back in the day, like, you got to think about with Tupac. Black women was still mad at Tupac when Tupac dated Madonna, right? But here's the thing. Tupac kept it on the low. Like, Tupac did it in secret because he has so much respect for black women that he didn't even want them to know. He didn't even want them to know. That's how much respect he had. He's like, I don't want them to know. Like, I don't even want him to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then Tupac also did a lot of music for black women. Keep your head up. Brenda's got a baby. Like, he always, campaigned for the black woman. I mean, he did. So he definitely did. So I mean, but people always overlook those things. They overlook it. Oh, he dated a white girl in private. Like, he didn't want y'all to know. He didn't want you to know. You know what I'm saying? And then when he did was public with with Quincy Jones' daughter before he passed away, then people like, oh, she ain't always black. She ain't always black. Does that matter? Does that matter? Does that matter? Um, hold on. So he really hid that. Yes. Tupac hid it. He hid the fact that he dated Madonna because he didn't want black women to know. He didn't want black women to know that he had dated a white girl. He didn't want them to, because that's how much he respected his fans and how much he adored his fans, and he knew that his fans, especially, were predominantly black women. So he didn't want them to know that. He felt like it would hurt their feelings. So he didn't want them to know. That's why the letter that is now, I believe, in the museum, but it was him writing a letter, like breaking it off with Madonna, because he couldn't be like basically seen in public with her, and things like that. Like he didn't. Uh. Mm-mm. He had that much respect, and he didn't even have to do those things. Look at the people nowadays. Look at them nowadays. They don't care. These rappers don't care. They could care less. They could care less. What songs they doing for they, like, even Tupac did have his songs, whether they was gang related, talking about violence, adultery, not just adultery, just being, promiscuous. He had all type of songs like that, but he also, you know, gave, you know, love back to the community. It's not too many artists that do things like that. So, and as you see, it's completely like a myth, of them doing it now. So he was a fraud. No, he was not a fraud. He wasn't a fraud. It's just, I mean, you like what you like. If you want to experience something else or try something else, I mean, you have that right. But it's no different than if you think about the Jackson Five. If you ever watched the Jackson Five show, shout out to K9. If you ever watched the Jackson Five show, they did the same thing. Because we're about to get out of here, but they did the same thing. You remember how Michael Jackson, when he was a kid, he was so upset that his brothers were getting married. He said, "How could y'all do this to our fans?" That's how much respect they used to have for their fans. They thought that Michael wanted them to keep it a secret. Like if you are gonna get married and stuff, why do it big? Why gotta have a big old wedding and stuff? Like, why y'all keep breaking our fans' hearts? In our fans' eyes, they get to be with us. If we are married, they ain't gonna want us. We are betraying them. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Because that's how much people used to love they people. When Rick James was dating what's old girl, Tina Marie, he wanted it a secret. He didn't want black women to know that he was dating her. It wasn't her. She was in his territory. They wasn't no country group. She was over here with black people. He wanted that to be a secret, not her. She would have loved to have went public. She would have got more clout. He was like, no, no, we don't go together. No, no, we don't. So I'm just saying, out of respect, like that's how artists used to do things. They had way more respect, for their fans, because they realize how things can be racially sensitive, with certain things, and crossing over, and things in that nature, So, yeah, but if you think about it, that's, what a lot of people did. There's a lot of artists that kept, like even with, I hate to use this person as an example, but R. Kelly, that's one of the reasons he kept his wife Andrea, a secret, because think about the type of music that he did, and how crazy his fans would be when they would be at his concerts. So it was better for them not to know, that he was married, so people could still think in their mind, that there could be a chance that they could be with him. Once you hear marriage, it still kind of sweeps the idea, a person just becomes less attractive, once you hear that they're married, like Usher, back in the day, everybody was in love with him. And then when he got married, they just like, oh. He kind of fell off. The Jonas Brothers, all of them were super big stars. And then as soon as they start getting married, they fell off. I mean, it is what it is. So but yeah, so I mean, it's keeping that idea. Justin Bieber, the same thing. He's still big, but he was way bigger, while he was single. When he got married, that did kind of, a lot of fans kind of like, oh, merp. Y'all should look online. There's been girls that done had panic attacks, like when Drake gets in relationships and shit. Like people, fans, these people go hard. These people are die hard fans. But I just want to say thank you everybody for all the super chats and all of the support. I love you guys so much. I had so much fun. We'll probably go live again. I'll Maybe I'll try to go. Maybe we'll go again tonight. But I love you all. Thank you so much for coming through. Until the next show. Oh my goodness, like and subscribe. Like the video. Like the video. I love you all. The chat was super lit. Super lit. Super lit. Super lit. I can't wait to watch the playback and to see what all y'all say. But I love you guys. And until the next show. Bye.